Welcome to Newswatch. Okay, let's unpack some fascinating, maybe slightly confusing economic signals today.
Mhm.
We're looking at data from Monday, July 21st, 2025. First up, recent reports show our inflation-adjusted GDP, well, it fell 0.5% annualized in the first quarter of 2025. Now, on the surface, that might sound like a significant slowdown.
Yeah, it does. But what's really fascinating here, I think, is that even with that headline GDP decline, private spending actually increased.
Increased?
Yeah, by a pretty robust 1.9% during the very same period.
Wow.
So this isn't just a simple contrast. It really implies a more complex economic landscape than maybe those slowdown fears might suggest. Consumer activity, it seems, remains a pretty powerful underlying driver.
Right, that resilience, that's definitely something to highlight. And we've got more data backing that up, don't
We
we?
do.
Like consumer spending and personal income both rose, what was it, 4.5% year on year in May?
That's right, 4.5%. And core retail sales, which kind of give us a good read on consumer demand, they were also up 3.9%.
Okay, pretty healthy numbers there. So shifting gears slightly, what about employment, the labor market,
Also quite resilient. It added 147,000 jobs in June,
and the unemployment rate?
stayed steady. It held firm at 4.1%. Shows a remarkably stable job market, really, despite some of the other economic shifts we're seeing.
Okay, stable jobs. But if we connect this to the bigger picture, that inflation puzzle is still with us,
Oh,
right?
absolutely. It persists.
Yeah.
PCE inflation, that's personal consumption expenditures, a key measure the Fed watches closely. It increased 2.3% year on year in May.
Okay.
And the core PCE, the one that strips out volatile food and energy prices, that gives us a clearer picture of the underlying trend.
Yeah.
That rose 2.7%.
2.7. So still quite a bit above the Fed's 2% target then.
Yeah, well above. It indicates some, let's say, stubborn price pressures are still hanging around.
Right, sticky inflation. Okay, so still above target. Now, looking ahead, the Conference Board's leading economic index, the LI index, I saw that fell again in June.
It did, down 0.3% in June. That brings its total drop to 2.8% just in the first half of this year.
2.8%. And they're using language like significant economic slowdown based on that.
They are, yes. That's their anticipation.
So does this signal we're actually heading for a recession? Is that the takeaway?
Well, this raises, the important question.
No.
And for now, the answer seems to be no. A recession is not projected.
Okay, good.
The current GDP growth forecast for 2025 overall is still 1.6%.
Right.
However, and this is a potentially big however,
Yeah.
the impact of tariffs expected in the second half of the year, that's definitely something to watch.
The tariff factor.
Exactly. That could certainly shift the picture.
Okay. A lot to keep an eye on with the economy then. Let's pivot now from economic complexities to an equally critical area and one with some surprising news. Public health. The Department of Health and Human Services just announced a major reform of the organ transplant system.
That's right. A really significant overhaul.
Why is this happening now? I mean, it feels like it came out of the blue. What prompted such a dramatic move for such a vital system?
Well, it stems from some, frankly, truly alarming findings. An investigation was conducted and it uncovered, well, serious irregularities.
Serious irregularities.
Yes, and critically, this is the really disturbing part, a systemic disregard for the sanctity of life within the organ transplant processes.
Hold on, a systemic disregard for the sanctity of life inside the organ transplant system.
That's the finding, yes.
Yeah.
It's profound, a profound ethical breach that required immediate action.
That's genuinely shocking. Here's where it gets really interesting and frankly deeply concerning. To discover that kind of disregard in a system literally designed for life-saving care, it's hard to fathom.
It is. It's deeply troubling.
So what corrective actions have been ordered? How do you even begin to address something like that and, restore trust?
Well, corrective actions are indeed underway. That was mandated immediately. And improved national safeguards have also been ordered.
Safeguards. Meaning what exactly?
The goal is to ensure the integrity and, crucially, the ethical conduct of every single step in the organ donation and transplantation process, from start to finish.
Right, rebuilding that fundamental trust. Okay, so we've covered quite a bit today, these complex economic indicators on one hand.
Yeah, the mixed signals, the inflation worries.
And then this really critical and kind of unsettling reform in the healthcare system on the other. So what does all of this mean for you listening in? As we've seen from these, tangled economic numbers to essential healthcare system changes, really understanding the specifics, the details, that helps us truly grasp what's happening around us.
Mm-hmm. It's just so crucial to look beyond the simple headlines, isn't it? And to actually question what the data or the findings truly imply.
Yeah.
That's really how you gain a fuller, more nuanced picture of these vital systems that affect us all.
Exactly. And maybe that leaves us with a final provocative thought for you to mull over. How can we, as informed individuals, actually encourage more transparency, more accountability in these big systems that impact our daily lives, whether it's economic structures or essential healthcare services like organ transplantation?
It's a really important question to ask. How do we push for that?
Definitely something to think about. Keep exploring these hidden nuggets of knowledge. Keep asking questions. Until next time.